Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel and welcome if you're new. My name's Melissa. In today's video, I have a piece of furniture that has been sitting in my garage and I thrifted it from an estate sale and it just needs a makeover. I'm gonna show you how I transform this old piece of furniture, and it's not vintage, it's not antique, but it is old and it needs some refreshing, but I'm gonna show you how I turn it into a beautiful piece of furniture. And I'm gonna do it, now look, I'm not the painter in the house. I can paint little craft kind of things, but when it comes to big projects like furniture, my husband's always been the one to do those flips. But InoKraft is a company that sells paint sprayers, and they sent me a paint sprayer for me to try out. So I'm gonna use that one, and I'm really excited about it because if that means that I can do it myself and I don't have to depend on anybody else, I don't have to depend on my husband or even ask him to do it, I can just do it myself, then I'm all about it. So I can't wait for you to see how this piece of furniture comes out. So let's go ahead and get started. This is a piece of furniture that we got at an estate sale. And I can't remember if we got this for $30. I can't remember, $30 or $40, I can't remember. But it's actually in really good condition. We just want to refinish it and make it sort of like a coffee bar. But it is in pretty good condition. On the top, we are gonna sand it and use a gel stain on the top just to get the color that we want of the top, and then we're gonna paint the bottom, I think. I'm gonna kind of go with like a coffee bar type piece for this, but it's got the two drawers, and you can see that this is not anything that was like, vintage or antique or anything like that because of the way it's made. But anyway, and then it's got the shelves down here and then this back here. We are probably gonna have to replace the back just because we don't want the hole in the back. And then whatever they did down here is just kind of not really the way we want it to be. I don't know. And then there's a hole over here, just where I guess they use this as like an entertainment center. So we're probably just gonna replace that just to make it look nice for when we resell it. But we're gonna go ahead and get started, get this cleaned up, do some scuff sanding, and we're gonna get started on this piece today. And we did indeed get started. My husband took out the drawers. He had to kind of figure out there was a latch in there to get them loose, but we did start on this. Now, let me go ahead and say that I did not realize how long that this piece has been sitting in my garage, but this has been in my garage since February. It is now the end of May, and it's been sitting there this whole time. So now my husband scuff sanded the whole thing. We wiped it down, we cleaned it, because we had every intention of going ahead and getting started painting and fixing it up. And one thing after another, I don't even know why. I think because I kept going back and forth trying to decide, do I want to paint it or do I want to just leave it like it is? So I think that's probably why we've done nothing to it until now. So anyway, we got it all cleaned up, ready to go, ready to get started on it, and then it just sat there. So, but yeah, we did clean it real good. We did have to take the backing off, and that was quite the ordeal. Apparently the nails they used were some kind of super glue nails or something. My husband kicked and kicked and kicked on that thing, and then he had to go back where some of the nails had come through the wood, and he had to use pliers to get the nails out of the cabinet. Then I just did the same scuff sanding to the drawer fronts, and then I cleaned them real good as well, wiped down the insides and made sure everything was clean with the drawers. And then my husband did have to, down on the bottom, he did have to use some wood filler to there were a couple of places that the wood had separated or whatever, and so he used the wood glue or the wood filler to fill in those spots. And then finally we had to measure the back so that we could go to Lowe's and get them to cut the backboard or the backing for the back part. We did put on the new backing of the cabinet, but I forgot to film it. So it was just a matter of getting it cut at Lowe's, and then we came home and nailed it into place. So that's ready to go. And we're finally getting around to sanding, where he used that very dry wood filler. So he's getting all that sanded down so that we can once again wipe it back down, get it clean again, and ready to paint. All right, we're at the point now where we are going to paint the cabinet. And for this, I'm gonna use this product that InoKraft sent to me. It is the Go Spray, and it's a handheld HVLP paint sprayer. The paint sprayer comes with 3 different nozzles, depending on what kind of job you're gonna do. It also comes with paint strainers, a disposable container bag, a paint stir stick, cleaning brush, masking paper, storage bag. Comes with quick instructions. It also comes with a user manual. And this is basically a plug and go paint sprayer. So I'm excited to try to use it and get this cabinet painted much quicker than if I were having to do it by hand. The paint that I'm going to use is this General Finishes milk paint. It's water-based and it's in the color Basil. The kit comes with paint strainers, so you just pour your paint into the container, and I've already installed or put into the container the clear plastic bag, which makes for great easy cleanup. Now I'm showing you me painting the cabinet, and this is in real time. I didn't speed it up, I didn't slow it down, and it was really easy. Once after the first pass, I kind of got the hang of, letting the nozzle go, starting it again. So it was very easy to get used to, and it paints beautifully on the cabinet. It was very easy to just be able to, depending on which way I needed to spray the paint, you could just easily and quickly turn the little gray nozzle on the front. And this is my first time using it, so there is a little bit of a learning curve, but this was so easy to use. I can see myself pulling this out and using it so often for so many projects. I mean, this made it so simple, and I can't wait to show you what the finish looks like after I'm finished spraying all of this. This was so quick to spray, and cleanup was super easy also. All right, here is the piece after I've painted it and it's dried. The finish on it is so nice and it's so smooth. I mean, it gives it a great finish, very smooth finish. Can't really tell the color because I've got the garage door open, but it's a great color. When I get a final shot of it, I'll show you, but the color is great. And that paint sprayer did an amazing job. For the top, I'm gonna use this gel stain. This is by Minwax, and it's in the color Walnut. With the gel stain, you don't have to sand off the whatever finish is currently on it. So that's one reason I like the gel stain. And it also is kind of forgiving if you don't apply it super great. I'm not a great stainer. My husband is the painter and he's the one that usually does this kind of stuff. But I wanted to do this whole project myself. So I'm just going over this with one coat of the gel stain. Then you let it set for 2 to 3 minutes and then you wipe back the excess. And one kind of drawback about the gel stain is it does take longer to dry and cure than just a regular stain, but it's fine because to me it's easier to use. So once I get this on, I let it set for 3 minutes, I wipe back the excess, and then I let it cure, or not let it cure, but I let it set for 8 to 10 hours. And then I went back, this is still the first coat, but then I went back 8 to 10 hours later, basically the next day. It wasn't tacky anymore. And so I went ahead and put another coat of the gel stain on the top. To wipe back the excess of that second coat, I did use a sponge because this cloth made it look a little too streaky. Here it is after the gel stain, and I did do 2 coats of the gel stain, and the gel stain does take longer to dry and cure, but once that is done, I will probably go over the top with a clear sealer just to make sure that it's, you know, protected really well. But I love this color combination. Let me know what you think in the comments. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the knobs back on. These are the knobs that came on it, and they're fine for now. I may look for some cute decorative knobs at Hobby Lobby or something. But for now, I like the finish of these, and I think it goes well with the top of the piece. So I'm just gonna put these back on, and that's gonna be it for the drawers. But I'm telling you, the finish on this is so amazing. This definitely beats hand painting furniture for sure. So now we just got to get these back into the cabinet. And here it is. It's mostly finished. Like I said, once this gel stain completely cures, then I'll go over it with a top coat. But I just think this piece turned out absolutely beautiful. This would make a great piece of furniture, even in a coffee bar. Like, that's what I imagine this being, is a coffee bar for somebody. But it has so many different uses, and I just think it turned out great. Let me know what you think in the comments. I love the paint job on this. So buttery smooth. Before I close out the video, I do want to share a Bible verse with you, and this Bible verse comes from Psalms 119, verse 133, and it says, "Establish my footsteps in your word, and do not let any wrongdoing have power over me." I love this verse. I think this should be our prayer every single morning when we wake up. I hope that these Bible verses that I share with y'all, I hope they just encourage you or just speak to you in some way every time I share one. And I hope today's was no different. But I also want to say thank you so much to everyone for stopping by and watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments what you think of the project and what you think of the piece. And don't forget, I'm gonna have a link to the InoKraft paint sprayer in the description box below so that you can check it out and even maybe get one for yourself for your projects. But don't forget to check that out. I do want to thank them so much for sending me that paint sprayer because it's going to save me a lot of time in the future. But if you're new to my channel and you love this sort of content, whether it is thrift makeovers, thrift hauls, home decor, then I would love it if you would stick around and consider subscribing to my channel. And don't forget to click that notification bell because it lets you know when I upload new videos. And I try to upload 1 to 2 every week. And also, I'm almost at my 10,000 subscriber goal. So by you subscribing, that definitely helps me out. Go ahead and give this video a big thumbs up because it does help me out with YouTube. And also you can follow me over on my other social media platforms. On Instagram and Facebook, it's I'm Merely Melissa. So make sure that you follow me there as well. If you want to see more videos like this or some thrift makeovers, then go ahead and check out the boxes that you see on the screen right now. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.